I am actually doing some dressmaking today. Hello world, yes it is I. Hi, hello. Right, okay. I feel like I've forgotten how to do this. I haven't done it for so long. It feels very strange talking to my phone again, pretending that there are people on the other side. Anywho, before we waffle on too much, I'm making a dress and I haven't done any dressmaking for a long time. I've been delving down a giant rabbit hole of quilting recently and embroidery. I have an embroidery machine now. I haven't finished my quilt yet. Said quilt is, it's still in my pile. It's still here incomplete. There's no rush in life, eh? I've got some time off work, so I have a reasonable amount of time to do it. I bought this recently. It is absolutely beautiful. It is a cotton sateen, so it's lovely and drapey, really kind of floaty. It's got a lovely sheen to it as well. So it's beautiful, beautiful dressmaking fabric. I bought it on a whim and it actually looks better in real life, which never happens actually. It's better in real life than it was on the picture. Usually it's the other way around, where you buy something based on what the picture looks like and it comes and it's hideous. And then I have a pattern that I've been meaning to do, which is another Silver Saga. So this is a Silver Saga dress pattern and it's the Elsa dress. I had previously attempted this and this was actually one of the last things that I did before I had a little break from dressmaking. So I'm not 100% on the sizing, so I am going to do a very, very brief mock-up option for this before I ruin this and cut into it and then it ends up being not what I want it to be. So it says it's a relaxed fit bodice in the pattern, but I'm not massively convinced and I don't want it hugely relaxed. I want to make sure I've got like good fitting on the shoulders. Oh, this is... I'm waffling on already and I'm getting ahead of myself. La 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 la. Let's talk about sizing. Now, based on the finished garment measurements, because that's all I'm interested in. All I'm interested in is how it hangs and how it fits, okay? For my bust, so I don't actually really know what bra size I am. I've not worn a real bra since I've had the children. All I wear is sports bras now, so they are whatever size they are. But if I was to guess, I'd probably say I was maybe a D cup, maybe a C cup, in between the two potentially, something like that. So I'm not a standard B cup bra size, which is what most patterns tend to be drafted to. So already I'm in a different category of being able to do straight off the pattern. My bust size for the finished garment means I should make a UK 18. Now, I know that if I was to just make that straight off and go based on that measurement, because that's the biggest measurement that I need to accommodate for, that's what I've started with, I know that my shoulder size and sort of where the sleeves end will end up being huge, and it then throws off the sizing, makes me look bigger than I am on the top because of how wide the shoulder and sleeves sit out. So that's something to work out. Based on the waist size, a 16, which is about fair, can sometimes be a 14, safely to say I'm a size 16. Do I make the 18, do the shoulder adjustments and neck adjustments? So then actually it's quite roomy because there's nothing worse than it being tight. So I probably won't mind that the bodice size will end up being an 18. Just to be a bit roomy, a little bit loosey. Fitting notes. Yeah, look, the pattern is designed for the height of 5'5" with an AB cup. No. I'm 5'8". Some testers, particularly those taller than the base height, lengthen the bodice for a better fit by an inch. When I made them an attempt of a top version of it, I do remember thinking this is quite short in the bodice. So that might be another adjustment we look at doing. So let's talk about this fabric. Fabric was bought from Rainbow Fabrics. I've never used them before. They're always recommended by Sequin Girly Sam. This was in the sale. The reason why I ended up finding this was because I actually bought, originally from the website, I bought this. This is what I bought from them, which was on offer and on sale. I've become obsessed with butterflies and bugs and beetles and all things in that realm. And I don't know why I ended up buying this. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. It's not really something I would use for dressmaking. It potentially is an idea for the back of a quilt, which is why I've got that. So that's just for my stash. So I don't care about that. But then I saw this, loved it, fell in love with the colours, saw that it was Cafe, saw that it was on special offer, and I thought I'm going to get some of this. Now, I've only got a metre. And yes, before you ask, I know a metre typically for a dress pattern is nowhere near enough of what you need. However, this is extra wide. Oh yeah. So these are the selvages. So my selvages are together here. And it's, what is that? Oh my God, look. So I've only bought a metre. Have I? That's more than a metre, isn't it? Maybe I bought 2 metres. Anyway, it's so, there's loads. There's loads and loads and loads of it. So in theory, I should have more than enough to be able to fashion a dress out of this. I say I'm not worried now. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. I've not pre-washed my fabric and I don't know if I want to. I think I might just leave it, which is really risky. I know it's really risky. It's not going to get done today. Absolutely no way. I've got to cut out the pattern. I've had it printed. This is A0 printed from CLC Prints as normal. I need to transfer it onto tissue. Then I need to cut out a mock-up, do a fitting for the bodice. Then I need to cut it out of the other fabric. I probably do have time to pre-wash it. Shall I pre-wash it? What if it's not as pretty after? I'm going to want to wear this loads. So if anything happens after I wash it, after I've made it, it's going to be really bad. Oh, I'm going to have to, which means I've got to get my overlocker out first and I need to finish the edge before I run it through. Oh, it's just so much work involved. I forgot how long it is doing dressmaking. Okay, sitting here and waffling on is not going to help me, so let's get to it. As always, I traced out my pattern with my paper, mechanical pencil and a gridded ruler, so I don't actually cut into what I have paid to have printed and I can keep it for another day. Also, I chose a rotary cutter this time instead of scissors, just to make it a bit easier for myself. Right, so bodice mock-up. I kind of quite like, obviously the bust fits absolutely fine. This is annoying here. I've got a tiny bit here in the neck, but I need to remember the shoulders I think are going to be fine because you've got to think about the time you've got the seam allowance on, like where that's going to go. That's going to go in there fine. It's the neck part. Ooh. I lengthened the bodice, thank goodness. It's made a massive difference actually with where that sits, which is great. Always find an issue with the neck. I do feel like maybe I could just come down with the neck a bit more. How do we fix that? I'm going to keep going with this, I think. Let's carry on. We'll see. Remember earlier in the video when I was like, oh, I've got some time off work, so I'm going to do some sewing. I went back to work today. That time off went very, very quickly. So, yeah. I also said that I was only going to make the bodice quickly just so that I could do a little check. And I thought if I'm going to make a mock-up, I'm just going to make a proper mock-up. I have actually managed to do one go of adjustment and it's come out absolutely spot on. I cannot believe it. Finally have cracked, for now, how I need to do my adjustments on things. I'm so pleased. It fits perfectly. It got rid of the big massive extra part all in the neck here. Put a picture up of what I ended up doing because I stupidly didn't film it. I did one of those things where I just randomly watched a bunch of YouTube videos. I'll put the one in that was the one that I used the most as my reference point and just winged it. and thought, oh, it's only a mock-up, so it doesn't matter anyway. Totally winged it, and it's totally worked, which is fab. So I basically have moved this extra gaping, took it out of the neckline, added it into the bust dart, like the side dart, which then made that a tiny bit bigger, because I really, really wanted to see how these absolutely beautiful, incredible sleeves were going to come out with it. Obsessed. I took off the back and the front neckline, like a smidgen, like a tiny, tiny bit. And then when I kind of tried to like true things up a little bit, just to make sure that the shoulder joins were still the same and then the armholes were still sort of like smooth and uniform, I did have to take off a tiny, tiny slither around the armhole as well. I could probably put my zip in a bit better than I did, because I did just whack it in just to be quick. But I don't really care. I have been overlocking as I go this time. So previously in all of my sewing, I have been a overlock everything all the way around and then whack it together. I have overlocked as I go, and I must say I'm not too mad at that method. There's binding to go around the neck finishing. It's not a facing, it's just a binding finish, so that'll be really straightforward. And it's the same on the edge of the sleeves. There's literally just a binding cuff that will go around on the sleeve edges. So these were my thrifted charity shop Liberty fabric curtains. This is the third item of clothing that I've managed to make out of them so far. I have 2 dresses currently. I have a tape romper hack into a dress, and I have a fabric godmother aspen in this fabric too, and I love them. I'm thinking about taking the tape romper one, because it's a lot of fabric as a dress. It's kind of a bit meh, because there's so much fabric in the bottom of all the dress, and I'm potentially thinking of doing the style arc bob pants with them. But yeah, this is what I have left, and I've got just the peplum. I swear I thought I had, the sleeves take up so much fabric, they're so big, so I'm really scared now about the cape fabric, with if I'm even going to be able to get a dress out of that, because of how big the sleeve pieces are. They're humongous. What am I going to do? I bought trainers to match it. I've worn the trainers already. They're really nice, by the way. Oh, God. Don't do sewing disasters anymore, Chrissy. Okay, it didn't make it into a full dress. I absolutely ran out of fabric. As predicted, it was because of the massive sleeve pieces, but it's so worth it. And I'm really glad I still managed to get at least the top version out of it. And I think I'll probably wear it a lot more. I've come to realise that with this beautiful cotton sateen, it's quite delicate in terms of wear. It's quite delicate fabric. The fit, we need to talk about the fit on this. The fit has come out beautiful. I was really worried with this fabric because it's very slippy and silky and lovely. I've had to change the zip purely because I didn't have the zip that I wanted. Well, I did have the zip I wanted. I had a long enough black invisible zip, so it was going to be fine. I put it in, and this fabric is not forgiving in terms of putting in an invisible zip. So I changed it, and I have just put in, it's a purple one, so it kind of goes, but I have put in a purple normal zip, shorter than what you're supposed to, but I did double check that I'd be able to get it on and off with the zip as this length, and it's absolutely fine, no problem. So that's okay. I can forgive that part. It's on the back, I can't see it, so who cares? But ideally, obviously, it would have been nice to have had an invisible zip, but it came out so wobbly. It looked terrible. It shifted a lot. My machine doesn't have the ability to do a zip foot on a walk-in foot. I did mostly use my walk-in foot for the assembly of everything, just to help with the shifting of the layers. And it would have been nice to have a machine that had a zip foot that would go on a walk-in foot, or like a dual feed. They're fancy machines. I haven't got one of those. So I improvised and changed the zip style, and I think it's okay. I love this pattern. It's the second one I made. I did make the mock-up, which I've worn a lot. It's really lovely, and I will wear this one a lot. I'm going to make a dress version of this pattern. I need to find some fabric to use, and I think it will be lovely as a full dress, definitely with the pockets in, because you don't add the pockets in the top version. If I add the pockets in and have the extra tier, it's going to be lovely as a dress. So once I've found some fabric that I want to use for it, I will make a dress version as well. Yay! Hee hee! If you saw me at Knit and Stitch, I was wearing this. I did bump into Sequin Girly Sam and Julie from Julie Who Makes Her Home Clothes. And it was lovely. I'd met Sam before, but it was lovely to meet Julie there. And they were both very, very encouraging with pushing me to make some more videos and do some more videos, which I will really, really try. I love doing them. They are very time consuming. They did make a point of saying to me, I don't need them to be perfect. Like, don't worry about perfect. And I've never wanted, I don't openly do them as perfect. I don't make the videos to be perfect, but I do like to make sure that they're watchable, decent content, not too, mad. But yeah, I will try. There's lots of side projects going on, lots of random stuff that I'm half doing, half finished, want to get done, not getting done, etc. But it's all sewing, it's all amazing, it's all lovely, and we love it. So thank you, and goodbye. For now.